All right, that was Mother's Pride by George Michael, a cover done by Miss Dalit. Make sure that you guys follow her on YouTube. She also has her YouTube channel if you want to go ahead and make that plug. Sure.
Yeah, sure. Dalit Merenfeld, Dalit Merenfeld. And if you want to follow me on any other social media, it's the same, Dalit Merenfeld. And that's basically it on any social media and YouTube.
I hope you had a pen and paper to write that down.
Right? It's like the olden days when people would have to remember like the phone numbers.
So, like I know
Playing
for
it back.
I know for a lot of times if ever I like need somebody's number, I just give them my phone so they can put it in their address book, and I don't remember their number personally, but
never.
so many people had to.
I can't even tell you my like brother's phone number, and it's like so horrible. But I mean, like my whole family has kind of like the same phone number, but like the last digit is different.
Yeah.
But then like you go to my brother's phone numbers, and like they're so different that I'm like,
you can't
okay,
keep track of it.
No. Yeah. I go on their contact and call them if I need that.
All right, so as a singer-songwriter and as a cover artist, do you collaborate with other musicians that are in Bloomington, and like what projects do you do? What's the process with that?
Okay, so since it is all new to me, like I've really been doing this for the past year, and on campus I've only been doing it this year, so like last semester and this semester. But I have been like hustling, reaching out to as many people as I can to collaborate with people. I think my first big collaboration was actually in Miami, where I live. It was with Aries Naga, like one of my friends that I met like in my internship over the summer. And he is a Latin singer. He's amazing. And he also kind of like produces his own music and stuff. And he came to me with the idea of doing Eastside, like the cover of Eastside. And that was so much fun. I had never done a cover before, like with a professional microphone and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it was like so weird. I remember going to his house and he had this whole setup, like little studio, amazing little studio. And he told me, okay, we're going to do this like line by line, because I didn't know the song. Like I got to his house and he's like, we're going to do East Side as a cover. And I was like, what is East Side? So he was like, okay, let's do it line by line. You'll listen to each line, you'll sing it, and then we'll go on to the next. And I remember I just kept messing up some of the parts because it's kind of like a fast song. Like
it is a fast-paced
It's not something
song,
that you can learn in like while you're singing it, you know?
Yeah.
But it was so fun. We recorded that, and then we did a little music video to it, put it on YouTube, and that's kind of like what got me started to like start collaborating with other people. And to kind of like do these more professional sounding covers, because before I was just recording with my phone, and then after we did that I was like, maybe I should get myself a nice microphone. This was after the summer.
You're starting to do this more professionally.
Yeah, so now that you can see the timeline a little, like I literally just got my microphone, and then I started collaborating with other people that I know played guitar and like did their own EDM songs, because it's hard to find someone that does like a cappella music, more like unplugged versions of songs. So you do it
all the time. Like half of my shows consist of like acoustic covers and everything. So
that's
like
the stuff that I like to do. So, but before I really couldn't find anyone that did anything else like that. So I've been constantly doing like little EDM songs and things that aren't out yet.
Yeah.
But like right now I have a bunch of projects that are EDM, but they're not necessarily going to be my songs. I think we're going to release them. There are other people's
songs that you're featured
on. Yeah, that I'm featured on. But I do have like 5 originals that I'm really working on, and I just need to get them produced somehow. But I'm sure it's going to be soon, because I've really been like reaching out, talking to people, finding people I like to work with. And, and I feel good about that. I feel like it is going to go well.
Well, dope. Hopefully when you have that new music, make sure that you come back on the show, and we'll make sure to premiere it on the show so that your fans can listen to it and whatnot.
That would be so fun.
We're going to go ahead and listen to that East Side cover, of which is originally by Benny Blanco, Halsey, and Khalid, and was covered by Miss Dalit. And who was the other person that helped you cover it?
Aries Naga.
Aries Naga?
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is East Side, and you're listening to WIUX Bside Radio.
When I was young, I fell in love. We used to hold hands, man, that was enough. Then we grew up, started to touch, just a kiss underneath the light on the back of the bus. Oh no, your daddy didn't like me much, and he didn't believe me when I said you were the one. Every day, she found a way out of the window to sneak out late. She used to meet me on the east side, in the city where the sun don't set. And every day, you know that turned 23, now we got pressure for taking our life more seriously. We got our dead-end jobs and got bills to pay. Have old friends and know our enemies. And now I'm thinking back to when I was young, back to the day when I was falling in love. He used to meet me on the east side, in the city where the sun don't set. And every day, you know what, we ride through the back streets in a blue Corvette. And baby, you know I just wanna leave tonight. We can go anywhere we want, drive down to the coast, jump in the sea. Just take my hand and come with me, singing. We can do anything if we put our minds to it. Take your whole life and you put a line through it. My love is yours if you're willing to take it. Give me your heart, 'cause I ain't gonna break it. So come away, starting today, starting a life together in a different place. We know that love is how all these ideas came to be. So baby, run away with me. Run away now, run away now, run away now. Run away now, run away now, run away now. He used to meet me on the east side. She used to meet me on the east side, yeah. He used to meet me on the east side. She used to meet me on the east side, in the city where the sun don't set.
All right, that was East Side by Benny Blanco, Halsey, and Khaled. That was covered by Dalit and
80s Naga.
80s Naga. I'm sorry, I'm so awful with names. It's going to take me forever to remember that.
No,
I haven't even
hard
seen
name.
the
It's a hard
name.
name.
Okay, but so we're going to go ahead and continue the show with a couple more questions. And one thing in particular that I was interested in asking was, have you ever dealt with performance anxiety? Like whenever you get on stage, like do you get like really nervous whenever you're performing in front of a crowd, or even whenever you're producing music?
Yeah. So I actually have a long history of performance anxiety. Not even just performance anxiety, but like singing anxiety. Like it kind of is what has stopped me from making music until this year. I literally, when I was little, I would never sing in front of people. Like, I would always sing in the car and everything, but when it came to someone asking me if I could sing to them, it was always like, okay, I'll sing to you if you go to the other room and you turn around and make sure you're not looking at me. And my heart would race. It was a mess. Like, for me, singing in front of people made music kind of like uncomfortable and nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
So for so long I had this love-hate relationship with music that it was like my favorite thing to do and like what I wanted to do at all times. But then I was so scared of singing in front of other people. And I think, well, now looking back, I was just so scared of like, what are they gonna think? Are they gonna think that the voice, like little crack that I just did is horrible? Like, and then they're never gonna want to listen to me again. It was always like a fear of how am I gonna perform, which is performance anxiety, you know?
Right.
But it kind of transformed through a long period of time, but also when I was in high school, I used to volunteer at an assisted living residency in Miami. And one day, one of the ladies that I was like the ice cream passer around her, and one of the ladies, one of the ladies came to me and was like, "Do you mind singing this song for me? Because it's a song that I used to sing a lot when I was little, and I would love to hear it." And I don't know why she asked me to sing because I had never sang before over there, but I was like, of course. Like, it was something that was like, I didn't even have to think twice about it because it was doing it for somebody that just wanted to listen to a song of their childhood, you know? And it's, I mean, I sang to her and then she sang along and then all of a sudden, like, everyone's just singing along, and I just realized there was kind of like a switch in my mindset that music isn't about like, how do I sound? Like, are people going to judge me? It's more about like giving an experience to other people that they can't experience on their own necessarily, or, you know, like helping connect and all that stuff. So from there, I went home and I told my parents and my family the experience that I had, and we kind of started like bubbling up the idea of making an organization that was that would do that type of stuff. So from there, I founded Singing for Smiles, which is an organization where we take students to hospitals, assisted living residencies, homeless shelters, and we do these performances for them. They're usually an hour long, but we also do private performances that are a little longer, a little shorter, depends on like what people need, you know?
Right.